Okay, so this is lesson 2.7, which is solving real-world equations part 2. And so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to be modeling essentially how do you walk through this, taking off all the scaffolds that we did yesterday. So what I'm going to be doing is at some point I'm going to pause and I'm going to write an equation. I'm not even going to move on until I've done that. And then I'm going to pause and I'm going to ask myself, what do I know? I'm going to define things, and then I'll pause and figure out what am I solving for. So I'm going to do these three things, and these are things that you need to do in your head. So here we go. Johnny worked 3 less than twice as long as Maria. I'm going to pause right there. I'm not even going to look at the rest of it. And what I recognize is that I can write an equation for that. So Johnny worked is kind of like Johnny is, or the number of hours Johnny worked is. So that is J equals. So that's Johnny worked. 3 less than twice as long as Maria. Okay, so 3 less than goes at the end. Then twice as long as Maria. So 2 times Maria. That's how long she worked. So already, without even looking at the second sentence, I have an equation. Johnny worked 3 less than 2 times Maria. Continuing on, if Johnny worked 15 hours, pause. If he worked 15 hours, that's Johnny working 15 hours, so that's J equals 15. Continue. How long did Maria work? Pause. We're solving for Maria, right? How long did Maria work? So we don't know how long she worked. Okay, so I have something to substitute, so I'm going to solve this at J equals 15. Go ahead and substitute in. 15 equals 2m minus 3. I'm going to solve this equation by adding 3 to both sides. 18 equals 2m. Then divide both sides by 2. And 9 equals m. So quickly interpret that. Maria worked 9 hours. All right. So let's do one more. This one is a little bit harder. Okay. I'm going to go through the same process. I'm going to pause and write an equation before I move on. I'll ask myself what I'm solving for. I'll define what I know. So here we go. At the start of a printing job, the printer begins with 400 sheets of paper. I'm going to pause right here. So I know that there's like this printer, and it has 400 sheets of paper in the printer. Maybe the printer looks like this. Okay. Continue. The printer uses 18 sheets per minute. Okay, so paint the picture. There's this printer has 400 sheets, and it's going to use 18 sheets per minute. So use in what I'm thinking of is that every minute it's going to subtract 18 sheets per minute. Okay, I'm going to pause and write an equation there. So I know that I'm starting with 400 sheets of paper, and then I'm subtracting 18 sheets of paper every minute. So now let me ask myself, what does this actually represent? So if I'm starting with 400 and I'm subtracting 18 every minute, then this tells me how much paper is left. So I'm going to let P equal amount of paper remaining in the printer. So this will tell me how much is left. Okay. Quickly, to make sure you know, the printer uses 18 sheets per minute. That's the minus 18 term. Okay. How many sheets of paper will remain in the printer after 12 minutes? I'm going to pause. So after 12 minutes, that's m equals 12. It's asking me how many sheets of paper. So I know what I'm solving for is P. Let's go ahead and substitute at m equals 12. So P equals 400 minus 18 times 12. So P equals 400 minus 18 times 12. I'll go do some scratch work. 8 and 1. So 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 216. Now 400 minus 216. Go to the side and do a little bit more scratch work. All right, 10 minus 6 is 4, 8, 1. So P equals 184. So let me quickly interpret that in regards to the problem. So after 12 minutes, there will be 184 sheets of paper. After 12 minutes, there will be 184 sheets of paper. Okay. This is not going to be on the test, but I want to go ahead and do this problem here. So a room has a perimeter of 90 feet. I'm going to pause. I know the perimeter is 90. Continue. The length of the room is 5 more than 3 times the width. Okay, I'm going to pause. I know the length of the room is 5 more than 3 times the width. The question is, what is the width of the room? So I'm solving for W. So the key to this is drawing a picture. It says the length is 3W plus 5. So I know this side is also 3W plus 5. And since it didn't tell me anything about the width, I actually did the width. So to find perimeter, you add up all the sides. So 3W plus 5 plus W plus 3W plus 5 plus W. And since we know P equals 90, I'm going to substitute that in. So 90 equals 3, combine like terms, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8W plus 10. Subtract 10 on both sides. 80 equals 8W. Divide by 8. 10 equals W. So the width is 10 feet. And that's how you do that problem.